Hi, everyone. Back. Experts on call today is with Lucy Milligan Wahl. Lucy is a San Francisco-based professional organizer who focuses on urban professionals and their busy lives. Welcome, Lucy.
Thank you, Judy. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, professional organizer. How are you going to do that during this shelter in place? How can you help folks virtually?
Well, it just so happens that I can work with people over Zoom, just like we're talking here, because what I need to do to be able to help people organize is I need to be able to talk to them and I need to be able to see their space. And so with Zoom, we can do that. It's a little bit more of a different process. When I work hands-on with people in their homes, I'm there with them doing all of the work. When I'm working over Zoom, it's more of me serving as the consultant. So we're talking through what your situation is, where you want to go, and what are the steps to get there. And I basically guide and cheerlead my client through the steps week over week. So it's a little bit of a different structure, but we can still come out with a great result.
Yeah, for sure. And now that people are at home so much, they're looking around. Oh.
Yes, I am seeing a lot of that of people going, ooh, I didn't realize that there were some issues here that I want to address before I go back to work.
Like what? What are an example?
I think, it's really easy to not notice when you're spending so much time away from home. And most of my clients work full time. If they're spouses, both spouses work full time. They have really busy social lives. They're just never at home. And so they don't really notice that there's clutter. They don't really notice that they don't have a system for processing mail. They don't really notice that part of what's contributing to their stress is an overloaded closet. And so this is kind of giving people a moment to step back and go, oh, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
These things aren't working for me anymore. Maybe I need to try something else.
Wow, cool. Okay, I have something. I have a demo for you.
Oh,
I brought
really?
something. Yes. I love this to be hands-on.
Let's see it.
Okay, this is my scarf / belt / headband / face mask collection. Okay, and I just
accessories.
My accessories. There you go. Thank you. Sometimes I fold them, but most of the time I just take it off and then poof. Here,
Yeah.
what do you say? What do you say?
What I would say for that is drawer dividers. Drawer dividers are one of my favorite things to use. They can be really cheap. They can be plastic. They can be fabric covered. You can get a lot of different looks, and basically just divides it into smaller compartments. Then you can just toss the scarves in that compartment and toss the belts in that compartment, and it's just easy. I love me a good drawer divider.
Wow. And what do you think about scarves? Should they be folded or rolled?
I don't think that it really matters as long as it's something that you will do. My big thing when I'm creating systems for my clients, it's got to be something they will use, something they will do. You can do all the really pretty Marie Kondo folds in the world, but if you're not going to keep up with that, it's useless.
Right. Okay. What am I? One time I had a Marie Kondo idea. I don't have it anymore, but I used to save toilet roll, the middle part, the cardboard piece, and I would roll my scarves in those.
Yes.
That didn't last very long.
That kind of solution could work for someone who just finds joy in the look of all of that and wants to spend a few extra seconds dealing with it. But for a lot of us, we're just kind of I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't really care about that.
It's in a drawer. Okay, so drawer dividers for these.
Drawer dividers. Yep, they're my fave.
Wow. Okay, thanks. Okay, got it. So that is virtual organizing. Oh
yeah.
Wow. Cool. I wanted to bring you something today to help me with. I didn't know what, so that was perfect. And what do you recommend for kitchens when right now we're buying a lot more food, right?
Yep.
Just kind of stock. Some of us are stockpiling.
Yep.
Buying extra. What do you recommend for kitchens?
So this is actually something I did a lot of thinking about even from the start of the quarantine, because I organize a lot of kitchens and pantries, and even in normal circumstances, the amount of expired food I end up throwing out for people is quite large. Most of my clients are kind of troubled, as I think they should be. I think that's a good trigger to have. They're troubled by the amount of food that they're wasting, even in their normal lives. And so whatever you have already bought, fine, no problem. We've been in a very traumatic situation, and panic buying, it happens. Like, you feel a lack of control, and you want to, take care of your family. And so a lot of us bought more than we needed to or should have. And so now is the time to make a plan. How are you going to use the food? Well, first of all, what food did you buy? Do you like it? Is this food that you like to eat, that your family will eat, that you can put into recipes that you enjoy? How much do you have? And when is it going to expire? So you can create a system and a plan to work these items into your regular meal rotation. If you're the type of person who wants to really maintain a stockpile over time, not just temporarily for this particular crisis, I would recommend a little bit of a different approach. I like to say do an annual rotation. And so annually put it on your calendar. This is the day we get all of the stuff out. We put it in the current working pantry, and then we refresh the stockpile so that we're still not wasting food. We're still eating stuff before it expires, but we still also have a stockpile. But I think the thing that people don't really realize is that disaster prep of any kind is ongoing. It's not a set it and forget it. It is something that you do have to maintain and plan for and think about over time. And that's another thing to add to our to-do list, and it's hard. So I understand that the idea of having to create this complex plan for your food stockpile can sound a little bit taxing, but that's what you got to do in order to not waste food, which is the goal.
Got it. And then what would you recommend for laundry?
For laundry, there is a blogger that I read a long time ago who had this phrase that I love to borrow, which is laundry is a 3-step process. Wash, fold, put it away, gosh darn it. And so you have to complete the process. Otherwise, it's just, you're just going to always be behind the eight ball. Sometimes I hear of people saying, well, I can't put away my laundry because I don't have room in my closet. If you don't have room in your closet for all your clothes, that means it's time for an edit. So if you struggle with fitting stuff in, that means it's time for an edit. If you struggle with constant laundry, I would consider the 3-step process and trying to tighten the time cycle on that 3-step process. That can give you a few days without actually being in the middle of laundry.
So I want to make a confession. So I do the laundry. I do the laundry for my household. And I do it all, I fold in the spare room. So I'll dump all the clean clothes from the dryer onto my spare bed. And it might take me a couple of days to fold.
Yeah. I think that's very common. And again, like, if that is working for you, okay. Like, my comments are more directed to people who feel like the laundry is taking over my life. I hate it so much. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
If you have that kind of feeling about laundry, then you can look into some of these techniques. If what you're doing right now is working for you, great.
Great. That's true. Right. If it's working for you, like whatever method you will use, do that thing instead of.
Exactly. Because organizing is meant to make life easy. It's not meant to add complexity. No. I'm all about easy,
simple. Oh my gosh. Yes. LMW edits. These are my notes from our chat.
Hey.
Joy dividers. Yes. And whatever method you'll use is the right method for you.
That's right.
Make a plan for the stockpile. And then disaster prep is ongoing, not just a one-time thing. Right, because we need to refresh Band-Aids and medication. And
yeah, exactly. Even potentially clothes. If your kids are growing, their last year's sneakers in the disaster bag are not going to fit when you have to run out of your house.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So
great. So LMW edits is where Lucy can be found. Virtual organizing. Oh, so helpful for people who have a little bit of extra time right now and can look around like, hey, this isn't working for me, and I have some time.
Yeah, now is a good time. Now while we're forcibly contained, it's a good time.
Thanks a bunch, Lucy.
You're welcome.